Hello, there is no doubt we are wired differently, and because of our individual makeups, today we'll be looking at our wiring, understanding, and confluence. And each one of us are interconnectedly, wired, and because we are internally made up differently, we tend to think differently, see things differently. Our perception of something varies, and because of our internal connection, it makes us unique, and we bring to life or to the stage that uniqueness, that differential varieties, which makes life amazing. As the adage goes, variety is the spice for maintaining interest. So each one of us are all different. We do not see things the same way or the way it is. We see from our own perspective or from our own standpoint. And because of our uniqueness, we prefer something over the other. Even identical twins are different in their perceptions. And problem begins to pop up when one individual, or one person rather, or group of individuals begin to see themselves as the supreme prototype. This creates misunderstandings and conflicts when a group of people or an individual sees himself as a prototype that others were manufactured from. That's kind of insane. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and in all thy getting, get understanding. Proverbs 4:7. If we are made up differently and we see things differently, then understanding our internal makeups should help us understand ourselves. And we cannot understand ourselves if we do not agree. Two cannot live together unless they agree. And before they agree, they have to understand themselves. And to understand someone, you have to understand the internal makeup, how the person reacts, feels, thinks, perceives things. That's vital in homes, politics, societies, communities. And to settle conflicts or misunderstandings, each party must understand themselves, mostly their individual mechanisms. If you do not understand me and I do not understand you, we cannot cooperate. Cooperation comes in when we both understand ourselves and we understand our differences, what makes up each other. Then we can come to a point of understanding that despite our indifferences, we can still cooperate. We must understand the internal wiring of the other person, vice versa, so as to reach a sustainable agreement. Just like I said earlier, if we do not understand each other, we cannot cooperate. And to understand better, each group has to express it. How can I understand you when you don't express yourself? When you don't say your mind, when you don't react, when you don't say how you feel? Words and actions are the simplest form of expression or communication. So when you tell me, hey, I like this, I don't like this, I want this, I don't want that, that makes the whole process much easier for each person to understand themselves. Now, confluence is a junction or process of merging. If we know that we are wired differently and we understand ourselves, we can reach a point of confluence where we know the do's and the don'ts, where we know what is obtainable and what's not. After these two groups has reached an understanding of their varieties, then a confluence can be incorporated for the do's and the don'ts. You cannot reach to a point of confluence when there is no understanding. There has to be understanding of our individual makeups before a point of confluence can be reached. The sole purpose of confluence is for unification despite varieties. In as much as we are made differently, we are wired differently, we see things differently, our perceptions are totally different. But we can reach a point of confluence. That's what makes up societies. Societies or culture are groups of people with common values and systems and priority, despite their indifferences, their varieties, their different internal makeups. Life would be boring if everybody was the same, absolutely. Life would not be interesting if everybody behaves the same, thinks the same, and sees things the same way. Life would be extremely boring. So in conclusion, our uniqueness makes the world a beautiful place. Our uniqueness, our differences makes the world the most beautiful place to live. But understanding of our internal mechanism is vital. When we understand each other in families, in homes, in societies, politics, when we understand each other, we understand what this person or this group of people stand for and this group of people stand for, we can reach a point of confluence where we know what to do and what not to do. Reaching a point of confluence is only possible when everybody understands nobody was, is, and will ever be a prototype for the next person. When we understand that we are made differently and nobody is a supreme prototype, it's very, very vital. This brings unification of purpose despite our indifferences. I hope this video helps to solve family indifferences, political and geopolitical conflicts, and personal conflicts as well. I'd like you to like this channel and subscribe, check other videos on the channel and like it. Until next time, eyebrows.